I'm going to fill in this number line, and then you're going to fill this in yourself in the example. So let's practice. I can tell by looking at the numbers that are already filled in that we're going up by ones, or 1 unit each time. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the negatives. So it starts out at 0 here, then -1, then -2, then -3. Now if you see that it's a little bit harder with the negatives, what you can do is you can just zoom in on the negative part, use this hand tool to move things around, and then it'll be a little bit easier to write in those negatives when it's zoomed in. Alright, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10. As we're moving to the left, the numbers become smaller and smaller and smaller. Alright, then I'm going to zoom back out, and then I'll grab this hand tool to move this over, and then I'll zoom back in on the other side. And maybe on this side I want to type, I don't know. So let's see what it looks like when I type it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like how that lines up as well, how I'm typing it, but you might prefer typing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just want to make sure that if you do end up typing, that these numbers are lined up with these markings right here. The 9 I need to move over a little bit, the 10 I need to move over a little bit, and now let's take a look at our work. Alright, that looks good. And remember that as you move to the left, the numbers become smaller and smaller. So think about it. If we start here and we start moving to the left, 9 is less than 10. 8 is less than 9. Alright, 0 is less than 1. We keep moving to the left. -4 is less than -3. -10 is less than, for example, -7. Because the further you move to the left, the smaller and smaller and smaller the numbers become. Alright, but as you move to the right, let's write about what happens. As you move to the right, the numbers become larger and larger. Move back to the scribble. So -1 is larger than -2 because it's further to the right. As we move further to the right, the numbers become larger and larger. So 2 is greater than 1. 10 is greater than 9. -2 is greater than -5 because -2 is to the right of -5. As you move to the right on the number line, the numbers become larger. Now, when you fill in your number line, you only have to fill in the numbers. This part down here, I just wanted to review to make sure that you understood when we compared numbers. People often get confused with, especially when we talk about the negative numbers.